YouTube, what is up? It's AD with US Squads. I hope you're having a kick-ass day. Today I am doing a final end review of the SWFA 3x15-42 first focal plane scope. Now this MSRP is at about $700 and it is one of the best valued first focal plane scopes out there. This is only available in mils, not MOA, but you know, with 34 mils of travel on elevation and windage, you're pretty well covered for some long-range shooting if you desire. Now, the application I used this scope for over a year, I had it on a Precision 22 rifle, and I'll tell you what, this thing tracked really good. I took it to all sorts of different elements. As far as heat, cold, it worked perfectly. Never failed me whatsoever. So I had this in the 9,000 elevation in the Utah mountains, and I've had this at 300 feet in Texas. Okay, I've had it at I don't know, 20 degrees with snow and super cold to about 100 and something degrees in the desert. Okay, never had one problem with it. Some key features is it basically has 5 mils per revolution. It's a first focal plane. This has the mil quad reticle from SWFA, which I absolutely love. Great reticle. Really easy to make corrections at any magnification. Remember, it's first focal plane, and you're going to have up to 15 power on the magnification. So on the front here is your ocular adjustment here to focus your reticle, windage, elevation, and then your parallax. Now, the reason I use this for my 22 matches is because it can focus down very low to 6 meters all the way to infinity. Now, this is rated for up to a 50 cal rifle. And just because I had this on my 22 doesn't mean it's not good for your 308, your 300 Win Mag, etc. In fact, the person who won the Utah State Championship sniper shoot actually had this $700 scope on his rifle. And I can't remember the caliber he was shooting. It might have been 6.5 Creedmoor. I'm not 100% sure. I can't remember what caliber he was using. But he actually smoked, you know, the other shooters who had much higher end glass and more expensive glass. This guy is a buddy of mine, and he did pretty well with this scope. Now, so overall, I give this scope a thumbs up. If you're looking for a great first focal plane scope, this is a good option. Now, I'll give you the cons real quick, because there are a few. I find that these turrets are a little mushy. Yeah, you can hear the positive clicks. Listen. So yeah, I mean, it's very audible. It's actually more audible than some scopes, but I found them to be a little mushy. So once you set these to 0, just make sure these set screws, the 3 set screws, are torqued down just nice and tight, and then it won't feel as mushy, but it does feel a little mushy at times. The parallax and the tracking, in my mind, seemed very good. Especially at these precision matches where I was shooting, basically you got to split matchsticks at 25-35 yards, split playing cards at 25-35 yards. I was able to do that with great success with this optic. So anyway, that's pretty much my end review. I'm trading this for a Bushnell tactical 6 by I think 24 power. I'll do a review on that scope soon. But I am sad to see this bad boy go. But at this point, you know, it's time to move on. So basically, MSRP on this is about $700. On Black Friday, you can typically find this on sale for about $50 off with a free sunshade or free rings. I paid about $650 on the secondary market, and after a year of use, been extremely happy with the scope. So if you're looking for a good budget $700 first focal plane scope, this is a great way to go, because remember, first focal plane scopes usually start at the $900 to $1,100 range start, and for this to be about $700, $650 on the secondary market, it's a pretty decent value. So thanks for watching. You guys have a great day. So I left out a detail on my review, is what do I think about the quality of glass? What do I think about the optical clarity and the general use of it? And my experience is shooting between 25 and 200 yards and had 0 problems with the actual scope. I think the clarity and the optical imaging in it is great. Is it on par? Does it have the color pop and the field of view of a $2,000 Night Force? The answer is no. But in comparison to some of the other scopes that are in its range, say some of the Vortexes, some of the higher end Bushnell's Elite. It's very comparable, very clean glass, crisp image. Now, on my last hunt, we simply had matchsticks set up at 50 yards, and everybody in my group could hit that matchstick and split it at 50 yards within 3 shots. Yes, the rifle's tuned, the scope is great, and the ammunition's just match grade, but these shooters that aren't used to shooting precision 22s were able to accomplish some pretty amazing things with the right combination of decent glass, good rifle, and good ammunition. The SWFA brand alone is it's a very reputable brand, and I'll put a link on the descriptions below to Rex's channel. He goes into quite some detail of the history of the SWFA scope, but I was pretty impressed with the overall performance of it. The only reason I'm selling it is to get a little bit more magnification, and unfortunately the SWFA SS with the variable scope first focal plane only goes to 15 power. Otherwise, I would never sell this scope ever. So that's my basic review for $700. I think it's a good value. First focal plane, great reticle, a lot of internal adjustment for a 30mm tube, and the glass is decent. So any further questions or comments, just toss them down below. I'll try to answer those if I can, or just a general discussion on the optic itself. You guys have a great day, and thank you very much.